then as swiftly as they had come, they were gone, even to the piercing eye of radar and the speeding jet fighters.
Quite a sight, wasn't it, sir?
A sight I'd rather not be seeing.
Are you worried about them, sir?
Well, they must have a reason for their visits.
Visits? Well, that would indicate visitors. The big gun's a usual way of welcoming visitors.
We haven't always fired at them.
Oh?
For a time, we tried to contact them by radio, but no response. Then they attacked a town. A small town, I'll admit, but nevertheless a town of people. People who died.
I never heard about that, sir.
Well, it was covered up by the higher echelon. Take any fire, any earthquake, any major disaster, then wonder. Flying saucers, Captain, are still a rumor. Officially.
Looks like we beat them off again, sir.
What do they want? Where are they from? Where are they going?
They, sir?
Yeah. I wonder what their next move will be.
Hi everybody, welcome to the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. This is episode 200 and... What episode is this? 284? 284. It is May. January, February, March, April, May. It is May the 26th right now. 2021. Incredible times we're living in. And it's starting to really freak me out, actually. So I need some brave juice. I gotta be truthful, everybody. I've been having slight panic craps, I think they're called. It's when you kind of like defecate and goes all over the walls. It only happens when I'm like when the walls are closing in on me, because walls are closing in, and where else are you gonna take a crap? And I was able to convince the scientist in the sewer to build me a hot tub. So I don't know if you hear that noise. There's a hot tub inside of the sewer right now, and I think that could be pretty relaxing stuff, right? Diane, is that relaxing? Are hot tubs in the list of relaxation? I guess it's relaxing if you're not on the run from the government. Oh fuck. This might be the last show ever, everybody. There's gonna be a lot of disclosure tonight. Because how else are you supposed to get into a hot tub, right? You have to get naked. To get disrobed. There's gonna be a lot of disrobure tonight. No, I'm gonna try to not shit in the tub, but shitting on the walls will really get you what you want in this world. If you're ever like in a situation where you're like, damn, I need something, and you're not getting it, just start shitting on the walls. Somebody will stop that and get you what you need real quick. Tonight we'll be discussing UFOs, everybody. It's going to be I got this implanted thought into my head now, and it can't come out, and I have to put this thought into all of your heads now, so I could share the thoughts that I've been having, and I think it's gonna be really relaxing, especially when I'm inside the hot tub. At least it'll be relaxing for me. For you, it might be a real painful experience. Where's Tub Guy? There is no. Anyway, let's listen to a little bit of musical interlude. It's been studied that humans get really relaxed if you play music before you bring them to be dismantled in another dimension. Let's listen to, we got Electronic Senses with Maybe. Maybe it will be relaxing for some people here. It might. Epstein did not kill himself. All right, everybody, welcome to the hot tub fun time in the sewer. I'm currently inside the hot tub. I lowered the hot tub sound, though, because nobody wants to hear that anyway, do they? I have a hot tub noise gate. I could... Just, you know, it just sounds like a hot tub, but I'd lower that a little bit. Guess we need a little ambiance of the hotness from the tub. The unraveling is happening, people. I'm blaming all of this on the unraveling. These UFO, last week, or, you know, for maybe 16, 20 years ago, there was a disclosure on unidentified flying objects in our sphere, and last week I didn't really know too much about it. Then this week I'm looking into it more, and I'm starting to think things are falling apart at the seams. I think these UFOs are kind of maybe they're tearing holes in our dimension. Now I don't want to freak you out, but what if one of these holes winds up in your brain? Now tonight we're going to be talking about stuff like that, but we're also going to discuss ways that we could prevent it from happening. Possibly, if if one of my arts wins a no agenda cover art, I heard that could do a great reset in the existence of reality. Because it's been a while. Too much competition. Now I know why John Cena did what he did. I'd also just like to thank somebody. A couple of episodes ago, somebody had sent me something in the old PO box, in the PO box, and when I looked at it, I was quite worried. It looked like a homemade bomb. It was just like, oh, the sewers are gonna explode. They said it was a vaporizer, and I didn't know exactly the power of what I had. But I had Roman the raccoon came down to the sewer. Like last week, actually. This happened last week. It was an eye-opening experience. He's very much into the vape technology, which I'm not. I just I'm a pipe and joint kind of guy. And he showed me how to use this thing. And I just would like to say thank you very, 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 very much to who did send this to me. Thumbs up to you. Maybe during the next song I shall partake in it. But it's like an induction. It's got the batteries, and there's like a detonator switch you have to do, and then you have to hold down a button. I wasn't gonna figure that out. I think somebody called up and tried to talk to me when I was drunk and tell me what to do, but there was no instruction. This is not like IKEA here. But just big thank you to you. I think there was a link. Like there's a business card, the vgoodies, like goodies.com, vgoodies. Either way, let's just say thank you again to them. Tonight we're going to be talking about these UFOs ripping apart existence. We're going to be taking phone calls in a little bit. We have we're going to have open lines. We have what do we got here? We got voicemail too. I think we have some voicemail here. Let's dive into the voicemail box. Diane, can you show me your box for the voicemail? Not that one. The voicemail one. Oh, here we go. Yeah, play that.
You know, me and my chainsaw got a close relationship. I get wood and it chops it down. Yeah. You know, me and my chainsaw got a close relationship. I get wood and it chops it down. Yeah.
No chainsaws in the hot tub. That might be fun. It's like a propulsion system. That could be like an Earth new technology we might be able to find out to maybe fight these aliens. I don't know. Okay, we were gonna maybe listen to one more voicemail. Let's listen to one more voicemail. See what else we got in here. 917-719-5923.
Hey, Nick.
Oh, doctor.
We sail at dawn, Blue Dove. I'm hereby giving your nomination for a spot on the No Agenda morning zoo. Again, we sail at dawn, Blue Dove.
I think Fletcher has that spot covered perfectly fine. He left the most arousing contest submission ever. But maybe I could do like a workout routine. I could teach you how to do yoga. I could do wake up and do some yoga. All right, now bend over and try to touch your toes. All right, if you can't, we got a coupon code to Wendy's on our website. Check it out at noagenda.com. Bye. That's my submission. We have a text message just came through. I don't know if we read text messages here. Damn you! You hired the bird drones to do your bidding. Okay, I don't know what's going on anymore. I think I'm going a little crazy. I think they're in my head. I don't know who it is. I don't know if it's the Russians or the Chinese or the Venetians, but or it might even be the Americans. I don't know who's there, but somebody's in my head. And tonight we're gonna find out. Probably not though. Let's listen to Mori no Shishin with The End. Is that Shishin? Might be the end of Nick the Rat.
やれやれ
Time is over. We could simply say over. Time is over. We could simply say over. It's the end of mine. It's the end friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say over. Time is over. We could simply say over. It's the end friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. It's the end, friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. It's the end, friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. It's the end, friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. It's the end, friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. Time is over. We could simply say I love her. It's the end, friend of mine. It's the end, friend of mine. Time is over. We could simply say I love her.
Somebody find out if Servo is okay. Jeez. No wonder our friendly neighborhood Servo is usually here relaying the song titles and links through the IRC, through the hashtag sewer chat, through the network, through the zero node. Was it free? I don't know the server name anymore. But let's go send him a lap dance. That goes out to you there, Servo. I'm trying to trying to figure out. Hold on a second. There we go. We're back. Okay. It's ow. We also have emails. You could send Nick at Nick the Rat an email, and if you put gas blast in there, you could gas blast everybody right in the face in the sewer right now. You could whatever you write, I'll read. So please, write your home address. No, don't do that. No home addresses. Let's go. Let's see if there's any gas blasts in the sewer. I don't know. There might not be any. Nobody wanted to gas blast everybody. Oh my God, this is. Wait, no, we got two. We have two of them. Diane, it's okay. If you wish to shell an egg, as an expert would. If you wish to shell an egg as an expert would, you put would as in plant matter. First, boil an egg. Second, stop boiling the egg. Third, slam egg lightly on counter with enough force to crack egg. Fourth, retrieve a spoon. Broad 1/5 poke la spoon into crevasse and follow the flesh of the egg upward. Ooh, this is getting dirty here. The shell. Upward peeling the shell from the screaming egg flesh. Ooh, you have now brutally peeled the egg, you monster. Yeah, that is a pretty bad way of doing it. It's all about the timing of the cooking process. It's all about that. It's all about the cooking process. You got to put the egg in the water. You boil it. Once the water starts boiling, you turn it off. And you let it sit in that water for about 15 minutes. Then you transfer it into a cold water. And if your eggs are not complete shit, if you have done this properly, you will have a hard-boiled egg. Now, this won't be a soft-boiled egg. So if you want to do that, it's probably less time in the... eggs. You could also not just send gas into the sewer. You could send donations as well. We take donations. We have a donation page, nicktherat.com /donation. Let's just see if we have anybody there. We'll thank a few people, and then we'll continue on with the show here. It looks like we do have a few donations here. Let's go through these. I keep the people anonymous. I only read initials, the amount, and the note. And you know who you are. We have MA with 420. How? I can't howl. I'm a rat. I'm not a wolf. Damn. We have LCI with 420. Thank you so much, LCI. LCI has been around for a long time. Thank you so much. We have, oh boy, we have JF with 669. Now, I do want to read the next donation, but before I do that, sometimes you have to promote other people during your show. There's a great show that goes on. I don't know. I think it's 5 days a week now. Hog Story. Go to hogstory.net and check that out with Carolyn Blaney. She's Canadian, and Jonathan Fletcher. He's a Homo sapien, and I think he likes men too. But great people. They discuss so many important topics, and it's a good time down in the smoker. So, from sewer to smoker, it's a good back and forth. It's kind of like ping pong. It's kind of like going from a hot bath to a cold bath. It's kind of like going from a sticky, rat-filled shithole into a smoked-filled barbecue pig roast. What did the hog stand for again? It standed for something. It was like head on something. I forget. Either way, let's go through these donations here. We have a PM with 420 PM. Wow, I think PM is a new subscriber. So welcome to the sewer. I hope you're in the chat and having a good time. If not, we're always down there. You don't have to be there for the live show. The sewer never ends. Well, we have created breaks, time, and space, and we've used the best scientist we could find in the sewer network. It's kind of like LinkedIn, but it's deeper underground. It's a good time. We got a DV with 420. DV, thank you so much. Someone, I need to find some crystal stat. You need what? We don't sell crystals down here. Actually, we might. Diane, do we sell crystals? Thank you if you have donated. Thank you so much. And you help keep the show going. But if it wasn't for you, we'd probably have it'd probably still be a good time because we have gigantic corporate sponsorships. Some are definitely even probably from China, I think, right? We have that new John Cena movie. John Cena rat crawl up his ass. Let's hold on one second. We're gonna play some advertisements. Wait, it looks like we have just got a warning that we have to leave the sewer. There are missiles incoming. We'll be right back. We'll have more Nick the Rat Radio. I don't know if we'll be in the hot tub anymore, but we'll be right back.
Are you looking for a way to spice up your love life? Well, today you can. Why not kick back with some dark sewer nipple clamps? You and your nipple clamps will become one overnight. It'll be great fun. You and your lover will be clammed. Order 2 for $69.99. Only on the Dark Sewer Network.
Life can get fuzzy and distracting. Whose God should you believe in today? What is the scam gamble you are going to get tricked into this week? Where will you waste your monthly paycheck? Why are you not conforming with the Joneses this year? When will you become something you aren't to please nobody during your lifetime? Find out all these answers and more with the sacred power of the sewer. For only $69.99, you can flush away the pressure with a sewer stone. Who should you thank? The Dark Sewer Network.
Tired of waking up with ass pains? Are your cows disappearing at night? Tired of your corn being flattened? Try UFO out today and wipe away the alien menace before it takes root. Specially formulated by the Dark Sewer scientists and guaranteed to work. No money back guaranteed. Call now, 917-719-5923 and order UFO out today.
I'm sorry, everybody. I had to get out of the hot tub. I was starting to shrivel up a little bit. I'm pretty relaxed, though. I'm probably going to get back in the hot tub in a little bit. Trying to pack this here pipette. Well, let's listen to some music while I get this party started. We're going to get right back into it. I'm going to describe to you how you'll feel when a small dimensional warp hole is being torn in between your brainial synapses through your cortex nerve endings, and it's gonna really blow your mind. It's the unraveling is happening. It's real. There's government documents saying that they don't know what's going on. There's holes in reality, and they're getting bigger, and they're getting bigger. And I'm a little scared. Let's listen to Jeff Swanner with 16 tons.
Some people say a man is made out of mud. A poor man's made out of muscle and blood. Muscle and blood and skin and bones. A mind that's weak and a back that's strong. You load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning when the sun didn't shine. I picked up my shovel and I walked to the mine. I loaded 16 tons, a number 9 coal, and a straw ball said, well, bless my soul, you load 16 tons. What do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. I was born one morning, it was drizzling rain. Fighting and trouble on my middle name. I was raised in the cane, riding on my line. And no high-toned woman made me walk the line. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store. If you see me coming, better step aside. A lot of men didn't, a lot of men died. I want this divine, the other is steel. If the right one don't get you, then the left one will. You load 16 tons, what do you get? Another day older and deeper in debt. St. Peter, don't you call me, 'cause I can't go. I owe my soul to the company store.
To the company store, like Target, Target. Hi, everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. The phone lines are wide open. Ow. And, well, you know what else today is? Not only are we going to find out more about there's a whole point to this show here. They will be in June or July. I think it's June. There's going to be like a even more disclosure. There's going to be a ton of like these UFO papers that were paid for in some bill that was coming through through the government or something. It's caller, are you there? Hello?
Hello?
Caller, Are you? Do you hear me?
Are you there, buddy?
Hold on, let me turn my radio down. I can't. I don't have a radio in here. Wait, hold on a second, caller. Who's calling who here?
Are you spooked?
I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I'll
Things
try
are
again
falling
later.
apart, man. Things are. Did you hear? That was probably the government store right there. I don't know which one he works at, but I'm sure I've been in one or two of them. What are we talking about here? Oh yeah, there was a bill. There was a bill passed, and inside the bill there was a lot of caller. Hello, are you there?
Hey, I can't hear you. Can you hear me?
I can't. Oh, I can hear you.
Oh, there you are. Hey, there you are, dude.
There you are.
Hey, hello from Spearfish.
I figured it out. I had to press this button over here.
Oh, you had to press a button. That gets me all the time too.
Did you ever, caller? Do you partake in marijuana?
What, me? No, always.
Oh, have you ever heard of like an induction finger box or something?
What is an induction finger box? Is it you stick your finger in a box and then you get inducted into marijuana?
Look at this thing over here. This is like,
okay. Let me take a look.
There's like some batteries and some I think there's a place where the Ghostbusters collect some ghost in here. I don't know what's going on, but I gotta tie these two wires together. I gotta use. Do you know anything about knots?
I know about knots. I was a Boy Scout for a second there, but does this? I mean, it sounds like this thing is made to look complicated because it's bullshit.
Oh no, not at all. I don't want to hold it near my face. It still might explode.
All right. What is the idea behind it? What is the theory that makes this thing work? What is it supposed to do?
It heats up without being in contact with fire. So, I don't know.
But it's got wires and batteries connected to it.
Yeah,
so it sounds like it's cheating somehow.
It's kind of scary, actually.
Yeah, I'd say don't mess with it until other people have tried it out some more.
But no, I think I'm gonna mess with it right now.
Oh, okay. Well, it's all right. So we're talking about aliens. Has there been a huge flap lately that I missed? Is what's going on with that?
What?
Yeah, you mentioned UFOs and aliens. So, like, has there been a big flap that I missed out on?
It's like 16 years old. There's a.
Wait, it's 16 years old? Oh, I was way too late for that one then.
In like 2006, there was these people in these FU airplanes.
Uh-huh.
And they saw a Tic Tac.
Oh, what flavor Tic Tac was it?
Must have been Winterfresh.
Yeah, okay. That'll give you good breath.
I think it was Winterfresh.
I mean, like the orange ones, I love the orange ones, and they taste good, but they don't really do much for your breath.
Did you ever try the, because candy changes over time, like Nerds used to be in a box, now they put it on a rope. Did you ever try the new Tic Tac suppositories? It gets the sugar into your blood quicker. It's good.
Oh, I thought you meant they were trying to say, hey, this has vitamin B in it, and if you suck on this thing, you'll be healthy. Actually, never trust anyone that says, hey, if you suck on this thing, you'll be healthy.
Yeah, how come Tic Tac has never tried that? Why don't candy companies do that? Like, there's so many companies today that are trying to break over into like the health market. Why don't candy try to get like healthy. Like, we got the sugar-filled Tic Tac, but we also have the vitamin B, calcium-filled Tic Tac here.
Well, I think it's because the target demographic of Candy Company is exactly people who don't want to be healthy right now.
But why not expand their market?
You know what I mean?
They might be able to trick people.
Because sugar is highly addictive, and they really don't need to. There's always going to be children in existence, unless the what was it? Child of Man, that one movie, that sci-fi
But
movie,
you could sneak,
where no one can have babies anymore.
sneak healthy things in. Like I was about to say, the healthier product is probably going to taste like shit, but you could probably have just the same amount of sugar and a vitamin mixed in to a Tic Tac and make it no difference.
All right. I like this thought pattern you're going on.
Because the vitamin market is huge, and who's buying these vitamins? People that have enough money to.
And like you can think of it as like two circles that kind of cross over, and that there's this hypothetical crossover where there's people that want to be healthy, but but they also want to eat things that taste absolutely decadent.
It'll be sort of like the patch. It'll be like the nicotine gum. Like there was Nicorette, right?
Yeah, sort of like that.
So why not have, instead of having really, 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 really bad nicotine in candy, why not have like, vitamin B or vitamin D's nuts? Yeah.
Well, I mean, we have an example of this in the form of like energy drinks.
That's true. That is true.
Because you can tell that it's not good for you, but it has healthy elements to that. And I've decided to avoid those kinds of things because I had a kitchen manager who would drink like 3 or 4 or 5 Monster drinks in a day and then not drink water. And at the age of 27, this guy was passing kidney stones. And that's bad. That's bad.
That's fun, man. It's living on the edge. Don't you want to see what you could shoot through your pea shooter? Yeah, I don't call it a pea shooter for nothing.
I'm adventurous as much as the next guy, but I don't want to be shooting out kidney stones through my pee hole.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad stuff in the world.
I'm reliably informed that is bad.
I'm sure that guy, your friend, he would definitely get a Tic Tac that has vitamin B in it.
He probably would, yeah. Well, I mean, like, and I will take multivitamins with food that isn't all that healthy for me,
So is it a placebo? How much of it in vitamins are you a believer? Well, they're real, though, right?
I think there's real health benefits you can get from getting your vitamins and minerals and everything like that.
How come they're not recognized? It's so weird.
End all.
Isn't it weird like vitamins aren't recognized?
It is weird that it doesn't get the recognition and all that stuff that it deserves, for sure. But I also don't think that it'll cure cancer, unlike cannabis, because that stuff is magic and that should be put into everything, at least to some degree.
Tic Tacs with THC tax. Now it's legal.
Wait,
it's going to be taxed.
Tic Tacs that taste just as good, and it's got THC and your B vitamins. Oh, that could sell.
And fake ass orange flavoring too.
Oh my God, dude! You got to get your scientists on this one. You're sitting on a gold mine, dude. You can sell that shit nonstop. I don't think you'd be able to keep up with demand.
Yeah, it's probably not worth it. When you can't make enough of something, why start? Tic Tac crack.
Well, because you can still make money, dude. Hey, we were talking about aliens before, weren't we?
Well, yeah, we're talking about Tic Tacs and aliens. They are the same thing, one and all.
That's the connection. All right, yeah, all right. So it was probably a winter fresh Tic Tac I was seeing, right?
Well, it was the size of an airplane, so probably not. It was probably, I don't know what it was, but they don't know what it was either.
Okay. We'll go with spearmint. Okay.
Yeah, we go with spearmint. Why not?
All right. So a spearmint Tic Tac was seen flipping around. All right. So what was it doing that was really scary about it?
It moved and then blunk out of existence and went like 3,700 miles per hour minimum and blunk back into existence someplace else. It kind of defied the laws of physics as we know it. Now we're going off 4 people seeing this thing. There's recordings of it.
Mm-hmm.
And they just don't know what it is.
Well, okay.
But it's been it was a
here's the
shared
thing.
experience between at least 6 people. It had to have been at least 6 people that could all collaborate on this story, and they have the best technology that Earth has to offer to look at it.
And these were experienced pilots and stuff too, right?
Oh God, no! That's that. Okay, so this might be a prank they were playing on the one of the new hires. I think the lady in it was, what's her name? I have a little recording from her too. Dietreek.
Well, okay. I'm not super impressed by that because my own attention span can blink out of existence and then come back out of nowhere. The only difference is no one's ever caught that on camera because no one cares.
Or they can't because your consciousness exists within inside of your head. But if these things are blinking in and out of existence, they could infiltrate your cells, your brain.
So the particles.
Well, yeah.
I mean, and
they
that's
might be
just
on the
quantum
other
mechanics.
side of. They might be on in like another dimensional plane. They know where you are. They could just kind of like reach a little needle right through reality and touch your amygdala, and they go ooh, ooh, and they could stimulate your brain organs.
Well, why would they?
They're just maybe they're bored. Maybe curiosity is life, isn't it?
That's a decent response to that. Actually, I've never heard that one. It was aliens are bored and so they fuck with us.
Or they're trying to figure out.
Actually,
maybe they're learning too. Maybe they're figuring this out as well.
I like the bored idea better. That makes way more sense
bored.
because I mean, that's what I'm assuming. I mean, why does a child decide to start burning ants with a magnifying glass?
Or
boredom.
Maybe if
because they don't got a Nintendo.
Maybe they're trying to sell Tic Tacs and they want a larger market. So they're on Earth trying to sell.
Well, the only way to do that is if you add your B vitamins and then some THC and CBD.
Oh man, CBD Tic Tac.
Yeah,
that's gonna.
Yeah, I've been drinking CBD smoothies lately, and that is some. It doesn't get you high, but it does. There's something medicinal that happens there. It's really, really, really soothing.
There's a lot of things in life that are very soothing.
Yeah, like a babbling brook. Or
I hate when Brooke comes over. She won't shut up. I'm like, come on, lady, get out of here. Leave your Tic Tacs.
Oh, you just got to learn how to tune that out, and then it becomes like a sort of soothing white noise. I've learned how to do this with a lot of other chicks.
Are you
just got to remember to go
hypnotizing ladies
and nod your head
to sleep
so
next
that
to you?
They get the benefit. Yeah, they get the benefit of being listened to, and then you have the benefit of just going into this nice soothing spot in your mind. You can kind of tell what they're saying, and you understand where they're coming from. And
caller, can I ask you a
every
question?
now and again?
I have a question for
What's
you,
up?
caller. Do you use white noise to sleep?
No, I actually don't. I like to find nice soothing music. It would be like I usually avoid any music that has vocals in it because that tends to grab a person's attention. But like nice soothing instrumental stuff. It can be orchestral or it can be light jazz, something like that. But yeah, usually some nice music, some nice calming music.
Yeah.
Which I guess is a sort of a version of white noise.
It's
but
noise. It's
a
covering
little
up
bit more
the
melodic.
emptiness of the void.
Yeah, because if I'm in total silence, then I start thinking of shit, and that isn't conducive to sound sleep.
Isn't it weird? Do you find it strange that you are compelled not to think?
Well, I mean, the other problem is I'm also way too compelled to think.
Oh no, thinking comes naturally, but we like to stop it from happening because the unraveling is within our brains. There's holes being poked, and we just don't want to deal with existence anymore.
I
a
think
tragedy.
it's more of a All right, so you're obviously familiar with that one story where Thor tried to swallow the whole ocean all at once, and he couldn't do it.
He got close though. It was a good attempt.
He actually did lower all of the coast there, and it was visibly noticeable. But he still couldn't do it.
Well, you know.
And sometimes if you're trying to think and process everything that's going on, you're gonna overwhelm yourself, and you just gotta stop and take a breather for a second. And I think that's where the real compulsion to just not thinking for just a second there. It comes into play. You know, that's where the appeal comes from, is because we're bombarded with so much information and we're trying to process so much all at once that we gotta stop and take a dang breather. You know what I mean?
I could defeat your thought pattern here though. You want a breather, but the only way for you to get a breather is to consume more. To consume. So you can't stop consuming, and I guess and you're barely creating. When you think, you're creating, right? You're putting information into the ether that exists. If you're consuming, you're just taking in other people's information. You are addicted to consumption, and it makes you feel nice, and it helps you sleep.
Well, why did you use the word addiction there?
Because I like to listen to podcasts and white noise, and
yeah, I'll do that too. I'll sometimes throw on the No Agenda stream and let whatever is playing at the time and lull me to sleep.
Yeah,
you know, but
it makes you feel like
the
you're not
reason
alone.
I focused in on the word addiction.
I could say anything. It's a connection. Addiction is a negative term. It's
well, it's because it comes from a Latin word that actually means slave. If you were addicted to a certain type of person, it means that that person is your master and you are that person's slave. And so if you're addicted to a certain type of substance or habit, that means that you are enslaved to that sort of that certain substance or habit.
Do you think we should have stopped at a certain amount of words and thoughts? Do you think there's a time period where there's about 3,000 different thoughts out there? Let's just stop right there. And that's a good.
Well, it depends on the person. You know, it's like saying, hey, how many reps at how much weight should I stop? Well, it depends. Are you a little fella, or are you a real competitor for Mr. Universe? You know, there's going to be difference there. Yeah,
there will be.
But really, you are your own best gauge at when you're going to be overwhelmed by things like intellectual thought or just processing a whole bunch of information. You are the best judge of that. As soon as you get to that point where you're like, I can't anymore, then maybe it's time to have a nice bubble bath with a good glass of scotch and listen to a Lord album. You know, decompress for a little bit.
You are whatever you claim to be.
Exactly. And who should dictate what that is other than you, you know?
The UFOs
and on that note,
inside of your brain.
Oh, you tied it back to the UFOs. That's right. Well, yeah. I mean, what? So what is going on with those UFOs? Why are they showing up? And why do they probe us, as it were?
Caller, we already know the answer to that. I have to hang up on you. It's because they're bored. Jeez. Let's listen to a fine song by Pentium Beats called "Lonely Village." I gotta get back in that hot tub. This Dynavap thing is crazy. Hell, hi everybody. Welcome back into the sewers of Brooklyn, New York. We're having a great night tonight. We don't have anything to worry about. You don't have to worry about extra dimensional creatures just popping up inside of your head, helping to rip reality apart. and you'll not even know what's going on. You won't even know what's happening. That's the scariest part. Something will just change in existence, and that's just how it's going to be from that point on. Maybe these Tic Tacs are death. Maybe they're kind of like the Grim Reaper. Maybe they've been here all along, but we're starting to see them now, popping up all over the place, and they're causing things to rust. They're causing chemical reactions inside of atoms, and but they're here. Let's listen to that clip I was talking about. I was talking about a clip about Alex Dietrich, I think her name is. She was the pilot that most of this is based on. That was what.
What happened was that we were on a routine training mission off the coast of Southern California, off the USS Nimitz, which is an aircraft carrier. I was with VFA 41, which is a strike fighter squadron, as a new pilot. We were heading off to do air intercepts. We were heading off to do like a scrimmage, practice air-to-air run, and we were redirected. We were given vectors to go and intercept, see if we could intercept and identify a real-world contact. So we are scanning where we would expect to see something that we're merging with, and we don't see it. But instead we do see something in the water below us. And so my heart sank. I went from being excited that we might go get those bad guys to, oh no, those bad guys have crashed and are sinking, and now we're on scene commanders for search and rescue effort. And then almost as soon as that happened, enter stage left, the Tic Tac. And that's what we affectionately refer to it as, because that's what it looked like. I get a lot of questions, well, what did it look like? And I say, have you ever had a Tic Tac? It looked like a little oblong, little from our perspective at our altitude, but about the size of a normal aircraft fuselage. And it was white. It was sort of a matte finish, just like a Tic Tac. And it behaved in a way that we were surprised, unnerved. It accelerated, or it almost didn't accelerate, right? It sort of jumped from spot to spot and tumbled around in a way that was unpredictable. And so, again, my commanding officer, Dave Fravor, Commander Fravor at the time, he took an aggressive maneuver to engage with it. Me being the wingman and also sort of uncomfortable and inexperienced, I said, okay, I've got high cover, which basically means I'm going to hang out over here. I got your back, but I'm not going to get involved too closely. And so he turned with it, and then it just disappeared. It zoomed out of the picture so fast that we all then were scrambling on the radio. And the whole time we're on the radio with each other, just sort of losing our minds.
Maybe they were giving these pilots LSD or something. We have a new cadet. Give them the LSD from the 60s, the brown one. Put on some white noise and see what she does. Who knows? It might be an elaborate native head by Tic Tac. It's has anybody used one of these Dynatap vape things before? Can you cook it twice or only once? Do I have to repack it each time? Probably. Stop being so thrifty. Hi everybody. Welcome back to Nick the Rat Radio. We're talking about the UFO disclosure. HP mixed with kratom and bath salts. It definitely won't be. It's going to be toasty. Did I mention it's Dracula Day? Well, it was Dracula Day. It's past midnight in the sewer right now. So Dracula Day in the East Coast is officially over, but it was Dracula Day yesterday, May 26th for some reason. anybody in the chat knows why May 26th is Dracula Day, please put it in the chat room so I could see it, and I'll be like, oh, that's why. But it's when I think about Dracula, I usually think about a widow's peak, pale face, and a cape. That's it's like a default. Well, you look for the symbolism in something, right? Like Jason has the if you want like to know, let people know you like not just hockey, you get the hockey mask, but you need to have like a chop in it, or it has to be like dirty, because there's no dirt in hockey unless you're playing roller fucking death ball in the dirt with a hockey stick. It's there, maybe like ice on there. Symbology is to worship symbolism or something. To worship a symbol is evil to the Christians, I think, but the Christians worship the symbol that killed their savior. It's very strange existence we live in. I think there's definitely tic tacs in the brains of society. Idolatry. Oh yeah, no idols. No idols. Idol. I'm pretty dull. Thank you, TJ. Thank you to the people that are awake listening to this. Thank you to Oscar Witt and Stillwater and Laren and Net. These and Blitz. And even Servo, even though he's not here. Now I'm just reading names in the chat. Okay, we have to listen to another voicemail. 917-719-5923. We don't have any voicemails left. Except this one right here.
Hey, Nick. I'm just taking this time to express to you, buddy, how much I appreciate you letting me get to know you while you got to know me and I learned about myself, whether in your New York sewers or deep in my southern septic system. I enjoy our time together, whether audio or physical embrace. I just cannot condone Vindu and his videographing or making tapes of our rendezvous. I saw him through the corner of my eye. I glared in his
Get the lawyers
direction,
on the line.
and he waddled off.
Mark this
Look,
voicemail.
with 8 legs, 73 penises,
Actually, can you cut
half
the voicemail?
of which were still engorged
This is evidence.
from watching our rendezvous.
Diane, cut this. This is evidence. Don't listen to this
And
voicemail.
given Earth's
Don't
gravity,
listen. People.
that fucking alien is not very graceful.
Cut the voicemail. God.
I totally disapprove. I do not condone unless I get at least like 60% of the tape sales. And Like, give me some good name
We can't use this in the
recognition.
court of law. Thank
Better
you.
than Kardashian.
Cut.
We're not going to have a damn reality show, Nick. Adios. I miss you, buddy.
So, suppository Tic Tac with medicinal use is my exit strategy? Is that because that person's about to sue Zindu, and by relationship, they're gonna sue me. Okay, look, we're gonna call our lawyers right now, and while we do that, we're gonna listen to some more music. Let's listen to we got what is it? Podlight Saga with America Online. What? We'll be right back with more Nick the Rat. Stay tuned.
I feel that way sometimes, too.
Not tonight, you didn't.
Yeah, I was trying something.
Yeah, sometimes I think it'd be so much easier to be one of these people who can just take a few shots and then hook up with whoever's closest. I guess I'm just unlucky.
Unlucky. Why?
Because I'm not a casual person.
What kind of person are you?
Hello? Hi?
Hey, Nick.
Is my mic working?
Hello?
Hello?
Hey, Nick.
Hi. Are you in my brain?
Nick.
Hello?
How's it going, buddy?
Are you where are you in the bathroom?
No, I've got you on my speakerphone.
I could
On my speakerphone.
I can barely
My
hear you.
speakerphone.
Caller, can you
Oh,
turn
God.
your phone up? Can you turn
Hey, Nick. What's going on, Nick?
there you are.
Is
You
this better?
were you in the other room touching
You were
something?
talking on my speakerphone. You know, the whole my poker face. Oh God, you sound so delicious,
Did
Nick.
you hear what happened
I have a
to
question.
Lady Gaga? Did you ever impregnate Lady Gaga, doctor?
Negative. But I do have a
Diane, call the
question
cops.
for you,
did.
Nick.
What? Hello?
So hello, Nick. Hey, if April showers bring May flowers, what do May flowers bring?
June's moist pantyhose.
Pilgrims. Mayflowers bring pilgrims.
That's
you dumb son of a bitch.
That's
hey,
the
hey,
joke.
Nick.
That's the
no,
joke.
no.
Yeah.
Hey, Nick, you're just gonna have fun with you here. How do you follow Will Smith in the snow?
Well, he was in the news talking about how his dad bod has been out of control lately. So I'm gonna say by the
Nick.
giant footprints.
No, Nick. You follow the Fresh Prince.
That was close on that. I had half of it.
Yeah, you follow Will Smith by the Fresh Prince in the snow. Anyway, I did have another one or two, but oh my God, I forget that bullshit. What are you up to, Nick? What are you wearing?
I'm strangely. You put the thought of Will Smith in my head. Now I'm thinking about Jada Pinkett Smith, and just Will Smith being. Is he a Scientologist?
What was that other girl that she was like a rapper or did some songs or music once upon a time? The younger sister, the Tatiana Ali or some bullshit. Oh, who is that? I don't remember. She was like a singer or something. Yeah. Ask the chat room.
Tia Tamara Ali.
Know. What?
Tia Tamara Ali. I don't know. I'm just reading shit now. I don't even know what you're talking about. I have no idea what.
I mean,
Diane,
there was
do you have a
like
translator?
there was Will
Is this
Smith.
caller? Are
there
you
was
speaking
that
in
Fresh Prince.
Are you speaking?
There was the Carlton. You remember Carlton, the crazy dancing kid. And then there was.
It's not unusual to be
Tatiana
touched by
Ali. I want to say.
That's what I said.
Yeah, there was some of that involved.
Katamara Demarcy?
No, there was Tatiana Ali or something. That was her bullshit pseudonym, rap name, whatever. I can't be held accountable for this. I don't fucking know. But I do remember there was a couple of people from the Fresh Prince deal that was. I mean, there was Jazzy Jeffro. I don't know.
DJ Jazzy Jeff?
Yeah. But, I mean, no one ever really came from that show except for Will Smith, right?
Well, what are you talking about?
I mean, it was just...
What?
I'm just trying to think of progress here. And, I mean, Will Smith, he's the only real name we know.
The Shredder.
The Shredder? You're thinking too much about your godfather, the rat Splinter, the Rat, and your stepbrothers, Donatello,
James
Raphael,
Avery.
Michelangelo, and who is that fourth?
James Avery.
Reptile?
James
Oh.
Avery was the Shredder.
Okay.
Do you know who James Avery is?
You're running one past me, Nick.
He was Philip Banks
But it
on
was
Fresh
lubricated, so I
Prince
appreciate it.
of Will Smith in the Snow.
Hey, Nick, guess what?
They're remaking
Hello?
the Powerpuff Girls, and the script leaked, and it made people get really
Oh
outraged.
my God. They're all of age, so it's actually going to be a pornography.
I heard
Did
they
you
made them
not
all
realize that?
murdering people, but it's just it's a fucking that's an
It's going to
advertisement
be
trap.
R-rated at least. Very graphic. Could you imagine a Powerpuff Girls with like the scabs?
I bet you the show's
causing
gonna be
the
really
powder?
good because I think this story
my
about
God,
this leaked
that's
script that really
disgusting.
sucks is just like because I didn't know they were even having a power, but it's on the CW. What the hell? It's like Channel 11. It's a
I don't
movie.
know.
It's a TV show.
Bro, you told me.
Did you ever watch
told
the
me.
Powerpuff
I've
Girls?
never even thought about this.
The Sugar and Spice.
No,
and
but I
everything
had a
else?
roommate who was kind of a cross-dressing, feminine, whatever you want to call him. But he was kind of into the Powerpuff Girls,
Chemical
powder, whatever. And he was a dresser. He liked to imagine himself as pretty when he'd dress up. And I was like, bro, that's cool. Just stay out of my room. You know, we're roommates, but we had separate rooms.
Yeah, Blossom
And,
killed the monkey, Mojo Jojo.
Whoa, Mojo Jojo.
There you go. You sound like Mojo Jojo. You could. Are
Mojo
you?
Jojo.
Is this actually Mojo Jojo calling it?
Mojo Jojo.
That caller's a liar. Mojo Jojo is dead. Blossom from Powerpuff Girls killed him. Dead. I don't like when people come onto the show and start lying. Or Tiger in, or Lima in, or any type of animal acting. No animal acting, no ducking around, no acting sheepish. None of those. Only the real stuff on Nick the Rat Radio. We're probably take a little break here. Now, what are we gonna do? Listen to Akira with Technos Japan 1981. All right, we can do that. Let's do that. Why not do that? We're gonna do that. All right, let's do that. I was reading the chat room and then I forgot what I read there because when you vape nice fresh tree, it's very flavorful. The second time you try to vape, it's kind of like popcorn. You know, you gotta kind of get into it. They were talking about Fruit Loops. Oh, Bitcoin. Yeah, that's what I wanted to talk about for a second. I'm a little worried. Some Bitcoin, well, being converted from Bitcoin to currency, it was banned in India, and I think it was banned in China. And now there's stories of America and other giant superpowers coming out with their own Bitcoin. This is horribly troublesome to me. I'm starting to think Bitcoin might have been like a pandemic. It's kind of like, hey, look, this could work, everybody. This thing that's not linked to anybody, wink, wink, nudge, nudge, not linked to anybody that doesn't have this, secure number behind it. Jen has not been a crypto team player for years. Fug them. Who cares what they have to say? Bitcoin might even stay around. Actually, all crypto might stay around. I'm actually just worried about physical USDs, something you could hold in your hand, disappearing completely. And I think as great as Bitcoin is, I think it might actually be the one of the harbingers of doom. It might be like one of those four horsemen. There's like some. I think the first horse was like the white noise horse, kind of put you to sleep, and then there's like, I guess that might be the media, kind of distracts you. Then the second horse is just like your money, your wallet, your the currency, the connection between creatures, and then I don't know what the other ones are. I think maybe there might be like a physical horse and then like a death horse. Who knows? But who's really got it's the banks have just had digital money all the time anyway. It's once you put your greenbacks inside of that slot on that machine, it just turns into a fucking digital number anyway, right? It's not like the serial number on that dollar that you spent is linked to your wallet, your mattress. I don't know. Money is a weird thing. Probably just a UFO implanted into our reality by accident. Could have been an accident. Who knows what was an accident or not? Let's listen to a voicemail. Those are definitely accidents. 917-719-5923.
Oh my God, there's two white balls in the sky. Oh shit. Oh, I'm cross-eyed. It's just the moon.
Are there some lunar activity going on recently? Some an eclipse that you could see if you were like in the West or Mid-America at a certain time. Lunar ticks. It was in your front yard? So you're looking at the grass? You weren't looking at the sky? We need to do some math right now. Hold on a second. Sometimes math is very... it sometimes destroys art, but sometimes it helps create it. Let's I guess we should do it now, because people in the chat were also talking about the Fruit Loops thing, and I've been making these musical things sometimes. I made a track that I released a little while ago. You know, I didn't use Fruit Loops. You know, I just do whatever. I think I should play track 2, especially if the aliens are here. Diane, do we have this? Oh, we have to play an advertisement first. Before I play track 2, we're gonna have to take a quick break. We'll be right back in a second.
Hello, comrades. Do you know how it is hard to go onto a website with lactating men or watching little children ride little animals, and then you hear knock at door, is government man with gun waiting to shoot you, lock you up, put you into a cage, and put you on display for Lord and Savior Putin to beat you with his penis? Yeah, this is no good. I do not enjoy it either. And most VPN services in communist Russia, it's no help, does not help me become the pervert of the future that I would like to be. So basically, there is new service recently purchased from Mr. Bemrose himself to put into Russia. It is Sir Bemrose's Russian VPN is now owned by Russian government. We do not spy on the people. The packets are always kept hidden, like undercover. You cannot see, they do not see the packets. You go onto your dating website, you look for a partner, you are big, you big horny hentai man. Your government won't know. They won't come to your house, knock on your door. If you order drugs like marijuana or any type of drugs on the internet, they do not care. They will look right through it. They just see static. They do not see what's going on. Trust me. You could trust me, your friend Boris VPN on off. Sir Bemrose talked to me on phone personally. He sound much like a little boy. Sound like Mr. Bemrose doesn't work out much. His pecs are probably really small. My pecs really big. I think Mr. Bemrose started the VPN service to go look at My Little Pony websites, and he was being harassed by his government man because Senor Trump, he does not like pony boys, but he sold his technology to Russia. And now we are advertising Mr. Sir Bemrose's Russian VPN is new addition to old Sir Bemrose VPN service. You and me together will make world great again. You don't have to worry about being spotted for being a weird freak on the internet. If you look at, I don't know, let me look at my search history right here. Let me bring up web page and go to my search history. Let's see how to become big, strong man in Russia today. That's me. Yes, I searched for that. Like this one, I like pictures of how to get my sister naked, not looked frowned upon in Russia. They will arrest you on spot if they knew you were looking for this. But if you look for this with Sir Bemrose's Russian VPN service, you could look like you are coming out in a Swedish VPN, Swedish internet. They don't care what you do in Sweden. I've been there once. There's brothers and sisters all over there touching each other on the buttocks, little butt touches, and they don't care. I wish to move there one day, but I am trying to sell this VPN service so I can truly go there myself and become big, strong sister butt toucher.
Crazy.
I think
like I'm gonna have to restart it before I can listen to the rest of your show.
What happened?
So I figure I'd call and talk to you for a minute before I had to restart it. Do you ever go fishing in the sewers?
Yeah.
Yeah? Have you ever caught a fish?
Do you want to see what I
with
just
a bow
caught? I
tie?
just grabbed this right. Actually, I was just fishing right now.
Oh yeah.
Ooh, you heard that? That was a. I just caught that.
I hear it. I hear you. What's going on, buddy?
Life could turn into like a horror game really quick. I had to walk through a very dark sewer.
Oh shit! What'd you catch?
Well, this beer.
Mm,
But I had to walk through
beer.
a very dark sewer to get to it. Now,
What?
I wearing sunglasses. Well, because I don't pay the electric bill down here, and you never know when there's going to be light. So I went to go get this. I got a jacuzzi in this part of the sewer. All the money went into this part, the hot tub and the studio. But to get to the
You
refrigerator,
mean the bacteria, the decaying temperature isn't warm enough?
you could adjust the temperature, just how much you urinate into your water area.
Right. The pH of
the piss,
the compost determines the temperature. Yes, exactly.
The piss huons, right? They call it huons. I think it's called a huon.
Oh, I don't know what. I'm a medical doctor, not a gardener. I don't know what pH stands for in this instance. Hello.
So I was going to get the beer, right? And it was a dark tunnel, and near the refrigerator, I knew I was there. I was at the cold one, and I felt something touch my foot. It felt out, and I was scared because it's dark, and I'm wearing sunglasses and stuff, and I got really good eyesight and all that. But I'm a rat, and it's dark, and I got sunglasses on, but I'm not going to take them off because why would I? So I had to get the beer after I felt something touch my foot. But then after I got the beer, I traveled on. I didn't run away and scream. I was like, okay, something touched my foot, but I'm gonna keep going, and I did. And I got the beer, but then I was like, oh fuck, now I have to go back. And it felt like a horror game. It felt like a little because is horror just about death,
listening.
or is it about just being fondled by strange things you can't see?
When you get fondled, what do you tell them?
Usually nothing. You try to just go get your beer. You just try to keep going getting your drink.
You tend to ignore it?
It's kind of like when you go up to the bar, and because when I go up to the bar and I'm trying to squeeze through, I'm getting felt up by like those chairs that are really tall and have 3 legs.
Right.
And they're all rubbing up on me.
These are nice bars you attend. Post those addresses in your news feed. No, the chat room. Yes, post those in the sewer chat. Post those addresses. People that are getting felt up or want the privilege. Shit. Yeah, just post that information.
Oh my
so
god,
we
you are
can
the cutest
research
rat
that.
ever. I am going to gobble your dick.
Maybe.
Just
Let's listen to this thing that I made for the aliens. I guess I don't even know what this is, but this is just I was bored, and now I'm gonna make you listen to it. You could skip this part. This is like the part of the thing you would skip. I don't know. Here we go.
I wanna go to another planet. I wanna see what alien pussy looks like. I really should be abducted. I should be in your spaceship. I want to get probed so deep it makes me wet. I'm moist to get some alien head. So I wanna go to another planet. I wanna have sex with some interdimensional octopus pussy. I just want to be loved
Hello?
Hey, Nick. Nick the Rat?
Hello?
Nick the Rat. This is your doctor.
Oh my God, thank you.
Do me a favor, buddy.
Yeah?
Hello, Nick?
Hello?
Nick the Rat?
That's me.
Do you ever go golfing?
Golfing? No, I don't golf. No, doctor, no.
You don't golf?
No, I don't
Not at all?
I don't golf.
Well, just in case
Yeah?
you ever do go golfing,
Yeah.
carry an extra pair of socks.
Socks? Why?
Just in case you get a hole in one.
What happened? David Lee Hall busted. We'll be right back. Thank you, Circle. Hello? 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 Caller? That's so weird. I thought there was somebody there. Oh. Man, you gotta love when a company would go all out and just spend enough money to just give you a hot tub inside of your studio. I know you don't hear the bubbling, babbling brooks of the hot tub that I'm currently in, but thanks to the money that's been donated and used corporate gains through scientists in the sewer, you have made this possible. This whole it's pretty incredible. When there's a dedicated cult, anything could happen. Basically, is what I've learned from this experience. And cheers to that. Let's play Guess Who This Is. I don't know how we could play this. This might get me killed. I am wearing a red shirt. I'm very scared to. This episode tonight is me calling these aliens out might get me killed. Might get me this. We're all gonna die, right? Are 100% death blamed on aliens or interdimensional creatures? Maybe there's these creatures that create us, but they can only sustain us for so long, and then we die. So it's who knows what lies within? So it's Hi, caller.
Hi.
Can you turn your radio around, like face it the opposite direction?
I threw it out the window already.
Phew. Okay.
It was a little extreme, but I figured, it was worth it.
Have you ever actually thrown anything out of the window?
I don't know that I have. Oddly enough. You'd think I would have done that in my years of experience.
I threw
What's the old term?
I threw like a 3 foot, maybe 4 foot, maybe a 5 foot. How tall am I? Okay, I maybe threw like a 3-inch tree out of a 3rd floor window once.
That's that'll do some damage.
It didn't do any damage. It was like a Charlie Brown Christmas tree.
I used to sneak out my window. If that counts. I threw myself out the window.
Did you have I guess it was a fire escape, right?
No, just a first floor window.
Oh. So it was a fire
that
escape.
was the fire escape. Yeah, you're on first floor. It's pretty much you got a built-in fire escape. That's the window.
It's windows. You always feel like a thief every time you crawl through one, or a pirate or something. There's like a weird feeling when you crawl through a window. You get a like an adventurous bullshit feeling. It's like, oh, you're being adventurous. No, I'm just crawling through a fucking window.
Have you ever been locked out of a place and had to crawl through a window to get back in?
Well, yeah. And then I had to run from the cops after that too. But it was a fun time.
You got that VCR still though, but
VCR. My Victrola.
Victrola. With the complete set of wax tubes.
Oh man, you know what would have been a great past invention that should have existed? Like like a record player, reflectors, kind of like giant bowls you would install in the corner of your house to reflect the sound waves from your record player. That could have been a product back then. We could have made clay bowls. We could have just went to Jersey, scooped up some red mud, made some bowls, and sold it to some rich people as Victrola amplifiers for their house.
You're talking like around the time when they were like bottling cocaine and saying, "Here, drink this, it'll make you better."
They'd offer it to you too. You'd be drinking some lemonade and you get fucked up.
You need a little bit more there.
You want some Victrola?
Have you ever heard of a Victrola?
Voltage controlled Rompler and waxed cylinders.
Wax cylinders. Could those? I think those can only play like once or something, couldn't they? I don't know.
One song's enough, man.
Yeah.
You just need to get your own thoughts out of your head and have somebody else's thought in yours, and you're set. Because then you don't have to create. You don't have to worry about survival. If you're not making your own thoughts, you don't have to survive. And I'm sure it's a very relaxing feeling to know you're not you're not pushing the edge of the envelope off the table.
But what if the thought process is a parasitic thought process?
It is, and I think it might be coming from another dimension. There might be, like, most species of creature, like deer and owls, they don't have to pay taxes. But rats and humans seem to have to pay taxes.
Rats have to pay taxes?
Well, I don't really have to pay taxes. The scientists that I work for do. So they got me under some weird contract. But I think
they're making you do weird things, are they?
Would you rather be an elephant or somebody that has to pay taxes?
Huh. It's a tough call because they do got that big trunk. You can get a lot of peanuts.
A lot of peanuts.
And then they never forget, right? Is it the elephants? But then are elephants afraid of rats too? They're supposedly afraid of mice.
Do you know what's wild? Animals that don't have houses.
Yeah, they're homeless. A lot of them are homeless.
I think all to be wild. It's wild to be homeless, and you can't be wild unless you don't have a home.
Maybe should we start treating the homeless like wild animals,
or should we start treating
animals like homeless people?
You can't tax animals though.
Good point.
Can
you really tax homeless people though?
I think so. Radio waves or something. Their mental capacity. You could tax their brains with advertisements for sugar.
Do you think that would be that's like you're pushing a drug on them, right?
All right, what's your favorite candy? It wasn't Tic Tacs. What was your favorite form of sugar intake? It was Tic Tacs, wasn't it? It was Tic Tacs.
No.
Orange Tic Tacs.
Ooh, boy, orange Tic Tacs were pretty good.
See, there you go. We were taken over by orange Tic Tac aliens back a long time ago.
Damn it.
When's
Yeah,
the
they
first time
were,
there was an
yep.
orange Tic Tac? I'm
And
gonna
they're
look
in
this
that
up.
convenient
I'm
little.
gonna look this up. Orange
There's
Tic
not.
Tac.
They have to still make orange Tic Tacs.
Well, yeah, they definitely make orange Tic Tacs.
I mean, Tic Tacs were all about freshening your breath, and then there was orange.
Actually, well, actually,
It's like,
actually, they probably made all the orange Tic Tacs ever about 40 years ago, and they could still sell them for the next 50 years.
Oh, because
think about that.
Their shelf life.
It's just sad.
They don't
It's
even
just
have
the
a
plastic.
shelf
The
life.
plastic they have to actually make.
They have a half life instead of.
We
a
are
shelf
at
life.
peak orange Tic Tac right now.
Really?
It's peak orange
Buy.
Tic Tac. Every Tic
Or
Tac
no,
you buy,
sell. Or buy.
every single one you buy is the last one. Like we're running out of them.
Really?
We are, yeah.
We're heading towards an orange Tic Tac crisis in this country.
Time
There should
time
be
doesn't
funding.
work. Time does not work for our lifespan. To think about, because
It
what
never
I'm
does.
actually saying is true. We are going to run out of sugar at some point.
Well, I mean, we grow things that make sugar, though.
No, but I mean, like at one point there will the soul, the sun, is gonna die.
Oh, yeah. That's a long ways out.
But everything's gonna. We're at peak everything right now. We're at peak life. Life is going away.
Yeah. What is peak life, though? Are we really living the peak life?
Yeah, it's when you look under curtains and dresses and tablecloths and blankets, shorts, shirts.
Shorts.
I live peak life. You gotta, unless you wear button-ups every day, you're peaking.
How are you gonna see anything unless you live the peak life?
You gotta peek every now and then. You blink, your eyes close, you peeking. You look.
If you ain't peaking, you ain't living.
You aren't, yeah. We're all out here just peeking and isn't and living.
Do you think this is the pinnacle of it all?
Currently, do you think you've ever had a? We're all brainwashed, right? Do you think you've ever brainwashed somebody else?
I don't know. I don't think so. I mean, no. I mean, I anything that I've told someone that they believe later on was not anything that was a lie. So is that? I mean, does that qualify as brainwashing? If I told somebody that
Can you
works?
define brainwashing for me? Because if you define brainwashing for me, that will be what I think it means.
Oh boy, I would think.
Are you typing? I hear you typing, caller. Can
No,
you turn down your
not at all.
keyboard?
No,
I want to know what
no.
your brain says.
I don't have a
for what
loud
brainwashing.
keyboard.
You see, you're looking at Google. Google's telling you what brainwashing is now. Unless maybe you're using
Tic Tacs.
Tic Tacs with fortunes on it. Tic Tacs with little words. There should be Tic Tacs with words. You shake them out, and then you can make sentences. Like it'll be like NB at bus, and then you eat that, and it's got vitamins.
So I think that brainwashing would be telling someone something that you know is a lie, and getting them to believe it.
But
I would think.
have you ever told a
you
lie?
think? Oh,
You had to have told a lie.
lies.
Don't
Well,
lie
I told
to
you
me.
before. I think I've told you before that I told lies to like not hurt somebody's feelings, or
So then,
I mean,
it's true. What are we talking about?
brainwashing.
So you have brainwashed people by telling white lies. You've backed up claims that were not true to you. But it's just personal opinion, and you know that personal opinion isn't truth anyway.
Do you think if someone asks you, "Hey, does this look good on me?" and you say yes, do you think that's brainwashing?
It could be.
But it's a lie.
It could be. It could all be
Either
brainwashing.
way, even if it looked good, wouldn't that be brainwashing too?
Hello?
Hey, Nick.
Oh, God.
Question for you.
What? Oh, God. What?
Who has more letters than the alphabet?
Wait, hold on one second. Don't fucking answer this shit. I gotta think about this here. More letters.
Who
than the
has
alphabet.
more letters than the alphabet?
All right, the alphabet has 26 letters. Who has more than 20? Are we talking about... okay, alphabet. That's probably just 26. Or is there 27 now? Is Jupiter still...
The post office, Nick. The post office.
Fuck you. That's... I'm sorry. I shouldn't have cursed. Let's listen to Mori no Senshi with Tonight Tonight.
When I came home from work tonight, when I came home from work tonight, when I came home from work, when I came home from work tonight, tonight. When I came home from work tonight, when I came home from work tonight, when I came home from work, when I came home from work, when I came home from work, when I came home from work tonight, when I came home.
在《速度与激情》中，我做很多采访，很多，所以在一个采访，我有一个错误。
Hello, caller.
I want to talk about brainwashing.
I'm down for a good brainwash talk.
Okay, so you know how in movies or in TV shows you'll see there's somebody in a chair and they've got like their eyes stapled shut, and you've got all these monitors in front of that character that are playing like clips of war and like
Wait, you're
all
talking
these
about
like
Clockwork
dramatic
Orange?
images. Okay, well, whatever it needs to be.
That'd
yes,
be
so
that would
you've
be
got the image.
held open.
Okay,
Not
so
stapled shut.
that part. Okay, all right. Semantics. So that part is the traumatic part that is meant to. That's the actual brainwashing. That's the cleansing that readies you for the psychological warfare, because once you're traumatized, then you're susceptible because you're not strong anymore.
It's
and you're
I think
looking
it's deeper than
outside
this.
of
I think it's
yourself.
way deeper than this.
Oh no, I agree. I'm not done. So once you're traumatized, and that's what we're doing, like with the phones and like constant information, we're constantly being traumatized by all the shit that we're seeing, and then we're vulnerable.
We're being
and we
doped
never
up. It's
look
dopamine
inside
hits.
of ourselves.
It's a little
Yes.
it's a little bing 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 bing. It's
Yeah.
feels good. It feels
It's
fucking
constant.
good. Yeah. Where's my phone?
Does it?
It does.
But you never look inside of yourself.
I do look
You never
inside of
look
myself.
inside of yourself to see well, maybe you do, but that's not what you're meant to do. That's not what is wanted of you.
It's really sad to look at within, because then once you do, you realize that nobody else is, and then you feel even more alone.
But that's why we gather in the sewer, Nick. That's
Cheers.
That's the great work that you're doing. That's why we're here, so that we look inside of ourselves and then we look around to each other in this communion, and we're like, oh shit, you took a totally different path. You're looking at something totally different, but we can't do it for each other. We all have to reckon with ourselves as we look in and see the truth inside of ourselves.
I
But
could see
that's what the sewer is here for.
There could be an issue though.
Okay.
They're not. Everything has done something wrong in the past, just because it has happened.
True.
Also, what you
Agree.
think might be good might not be seen as good to somebody else. Now, you could do as you could. I think a really good thought pattern is do unto others as you would want done to yourself.
Yeah, because the only way that you can understand
Reality
good and bad
is through your experience.
is through looking at through your own self-reckoning. And it still, even then, it may not align with what others want done to them, because your reality is so different than theirs. But it's the only way we can do it. And that's why there's not really good and bad. There's ones and zeros, on and off, light and dark. And we all just have this like superposition
And then
of those two states
but
that we're oscillating between at all times.
We all get hungry though. Sometimes the giraffe eats the carrot. And sometimes that carrot was alive. It's
Nick, I'm going to say something real bad right now, okay?
Hit me with
Sometimes
the
the
truth.
cat eats the rat.
Yeah. Yeah, and
But
then what?
that's life, man.
And then the cat gets real high because the rat was high. It's the circle.
Yeah, that could be your self-defense. Eventually, the snake eats the egg.
I queef THC.
The snake, good or bad?
Oh man.
God bless, Nick.
Have a good night. What if instead of I think Final Fantasy unlocked this thought in my head. I think around in 6. There was like magic versus technology. And this seems to still be sort of real. Magic is like untold technology. It's like, oh, we know how to make your cell phone stay on, but we're not going to tell you how we do it. And technology is like, well, We can make your phone stay on because this is how we do it. But which one's more powerful? Currently, technology, of course, because, I'm a skeptic. I don't just take everything for what it could be. We have to live life very carefully. I might not be very careful by playing this next thing I'm about to play. This is what the guy that was flying with that, he was in his own F-17. I don't see, nothing's clear. I don't know, but this is what he had to say. And this is on the History Channel.
On November 14th, 2004, Commander David Fravor and his wingman pilot took off from the USS Nimitz, which was on maneuvers south of San Diego.
I was the commanding officer of Strike Fighter Squadron 4-1, the Black Aces. We're flying brand new Super Hornets. It was an air defense exercise, 2 good guys against 2 bad guys. Probably 70 miles, 60 miles off the coast in the gap between San Diego and Ensenada.
Suddenly, the pilots are contacted by radar operators on the Princeton.
The Princeton control comes up and says, we're going to suspend training. We have real-world tasking.
The pilots are re-vectored to a new destination, but aren't told why.
So we start heading off to the west. The other airplane is on my left-hand side.
I was the junior pilot trying to keep up with the senior pilot in the lead aircraft.
We're looking, we don't see anything on our radars at all. And we're talking to each other trying to figure this out.
The Princeton's Aegis Spy-1 radar system is powerful enough to track an object as small as a baseball at an altitude of 80,000 feet, but the jets are flying blind.
We tried to see what was out there, which is difficult when you know what you're looking for. It's even harder when you don't know what you're looking for.
So it goes down 60, 50, 40, 30, 20, gets all the way down. They get to a point where they can't separate us from the blip. They call it merge plot, which means you're in the same space as whatever you're looking for, and you got to start looking outside because the radar can't help you anymore.
Then far below in the water, they see what looks like a plane crash or a submerging submarine. But the weapons officer in the rear seat of Fravor's jet spots something else.
I hear, hey, Skipper, do you see? And as he's saying that, I notice the Tic Tac. It's white, it has no wings, it has no rotors. I go, holy, what is that? And he goes, I don't know.
According to this leaked summary of the incident, contact was made here, 30 miles off the coast, 70 miles south of the US-Mexico border. At first, the strange craft stays close to the surface, moving unlike anything the pilots had ever seen.
This thing would go instantaneous from one way to another, similar to if you threw a ping pong ball against a wall. And we start to kind of orbit, because now we're going to watch this thing. We start a right-hand turn, and we're going from a clock code. The object is in the middle of the clock, and we're at 6 o'clock, and we're driving around the circle. So we get to about 9 o'clock, and it's just still doing its little erratic thing, kind of moving around this disturbance in the water. And I go, hey, I'm going to go check it out. I'm going to go down there. As we're coming down nice and easy, we get to about the 12 o'clock position, and all of a sudden it goes, boop, and it kind of turns, and now it's mirroring us, and it starts coming up. We're like, okay, now it knows we're here.
It seemed to be aware, and it seems to recognize him.
It goes from basically just almost a hover into a pretty aggressive climb up to our altitude, so there's a bit of fear because now you're out there dealing with something that you have no idea what it is. It's actually reacting to what we're doing. I'm kind of pulling nose, to where he's going to be, and he's coming up. He just rapidly accelerates beyond anything that I've ever seen. Crosses my nose, and it's gone. And I'm like, whoa.
The Tic Tac appears to have vanished. But as the jets streak towards a prearranged rendezvous location, known as the Cap Point, the radio channel
Is History Channel taxpayers' money?
The Princeton comes up right as we're doing all this and says, hey, sir, you're not going to believe this. He goes, but that thing is at your Cap Point.
According to Fravor, the Tic Tac accelerated from a standing position and flew approximately 60 miles in under a minute, as fast as 3,700 miles an hour.
Well, in that case, this is the History
How did the
Channel,
Tic Tac know the
and
pilot's
I'm
countdown?
doing commentary
And how did it accelerate so quickly?
on Tic Tacs.
You got something that can accelerate and disappear and then show up 60 miles away. Kind of in awe a little bit because you go, whoa, we don't have that. You know, and I'm talking, we're flying one of the premier airplanes on the planet. What was this?
What was it?
There is a capability out there, don't know where it's from, not saying it's from outer space, but not saying it's from here either.
He's not saying anything.
Back on the Nimitz, the
But
pilots
he's
tell
saying
the rest
Tic
of the
Tacs.
squadron what just
All right, well, I don't want to play the whole clip because if I play the whole clip, that'll just seem a little weird. I might get flagged or something. But what he did say was kind of interesting right there. Because he said that they're not called UFOs anymore. They're called WAPs, WAPs, I think. And they're just flying all over the place. Flapping all over. Flapping. Bunch of flapping WAPs, I think. They're now called. Like, it's so weird how it's been a UFO for so long, but now it's a flapping WAP, I guess. Did I mention Stevie's Nick's birthday was yesterday? On May 26th? Hold on 1 second here. Oh, the Tomorrow War. This might all be a commercial for the Tomorrow War. Can I play the trailer for Tomorrow War? Here we go, everybody. This is going to be what all this disclosure has been about. Let me just put on the Tomorrow War trailer. Official trailer from Amazon Prime.
Okay, none of you are my child. Has anyone seen Miri? Aww.
We are fighting a war 30 years in the future.
Is this a joke?
Should have been 33.
Our enemy is not human. We need you to fight.
I got drafted.
I will be back.
Why is this happening? What about the teachers' deferment and the veterans' deferment?
If I
teachers' deferment?
draft you in my place. But if something does happen to me, you and Miri will be taken care of.
Hold on a
If
second.
something happens to you, Dan, 70% of
I
draft.
gotta pause this for a second. These 30 the story that this trailer tells, which is basically the entire movie, and it looks like it's gonna be fucking horrible. What's his face from Jurassic Park's in it, and Parks and Recreation? He's the hero. From the future, time travel sucks. They come back 30 years to say, oh, there's a fucking aliens coming to Earth. You gotta come to the future to save it. If they're able to travel back in time, why not travel back to like the first humans? They could have just taken over and become rulers of reality when life was just starting and being good for people. We have to train you guys we have to recruit you. Oh, you were a teacher? You can't get that teacher deferment? Man, time travel's stupid.
These do not return.
Sometimes a man does what's best for his family, not himself.
Move your shirt, please.
Wait, what's this for?
It's just a test.
Oh, a seatbelt. Was it a driving test? No? You don't have jokes in the future?
This device facilitates your jump to and from the future war.
1 minute to jump.
Oh, here, buddy. Take that. You just flip it around like that.
How are you so calm?
Long story.
You ex-military?
Yeah. Kind of a short story, I guess.
3, 2, 1. In 11 months' time, all human beings in the future will be wiped from the face of the earth. Unless you help us.
try to save my daughter. If I gotta save the world to save her, then I'm gonna do it.
This is the end. The human species will disappear from the face of the earth. We are literally living on borrowed time.
There you go, everybody.
There's still a chance that we can stop this war from ever happening. So we gotta fight.
This is what's coming. This is the future. The
Well,
future.
it's nice knowing you.
The Tomorrow War, everybody. There you go. July 2 on Amazon Prime. Has Amazon how much business do they have with there's still slave traders on this planet, right? Is there even, well, actually there might not be. There's just slaves. There's no reason to trade them anymore, right? Is there still slavery on Earth? Can anybody in the chat room let me know. Then again, what is the definition of slavery? Let's look this up. Hold on, I gotta find this out because who knows what is. Let's look up a slave. There, that should be good. A person who is the legal property of another and forced to obey them. Somebody who is legal property and hold on one sec. That sounds like a very large portion of everything. A person who is legal property of another and is forced to obey them. Yeah, I'd rather talk about some lesbian slaves over here. It sounds like everybody. It sounds like even the masters are slaves too. What's a master, right? That would be the opposite, master. What's the basic definition of that here? A male teacher. Okay. We're gonna probably wrap this show up soon. Something's racist or sexist somewhere. Do we have any more clips? No, we don't have any more clips. We have any more music? Or are we in the show? I think Nick the Rat is done. We're gonna head on out. I hope you had a lovely night. Maybe I should check to see if there's any more gas blast or any voicemails. Let me just do a double check here. Do we have? Looks like we do have another voicemail here. Let me play this here voicemail.
Okay, let's hear the voice.
Sorry.
Whoa, hello.
Oh, hi. You can play the voicemail. I'll listen. I'm still here listening.
How the hell did you do that?
Oh, I can tell you how I did that. I do not know.
All right, let's listen to this voicemail. Hold on.
All right, let's listen.
Sorry, Nick. I was just kidding. I was just joking about the post office having more letters and all that. You know, I was just joking. There are only 25 letters that I know because I don't know why.
Caller, I think there was just an earthquake.
It was just an earthquake? Okay, I didn't hear any of that, so that's okay.
You didn't hear any of that?
Was it good?
Yeah, don't worry. It was just my doctor telling me how I could save reality.
Oh, no, you don't need to worry about saving reality. Reality probably isn't real anyway. I mean, that's if the whole, the what's it called theory, where it's like a virtual reality thing.
Hot tubs are real.
I mean, unless it's not, but if it's real to you, then that's all that matters, right?
Maybe.
All right. Well, there you go. There you go.
No, it has to matter to more than just to one person. It needs to matter to more than one person.
Does it though? I mean, I am saying this from the perspective of someone who is philosophically an absurdist, where nothing really has to mean anything.
You're
just gotta
right.
be happy.
But that one person could definitely brainwash a couple people to believe anything.
Well,
if you
yeah,
have a
but
thought
if you're
that you
firm
like,
in your knowledge that it doesn't matter if anything matters, then it's really hard to brainwash you.
at one point you do need to eat some Rice Krispie treats to stay alive.
I mean, it can be anything, but yeah, you're essentially accurate.
So there's
I'm
going
gonna
to
take the
be
shot.
some, unless you just gave up, like you would not eat, like you were given birth to, and you're like, I'm not eating. Fuck this place, I'm out. You're part of a system with more than just you, even though you are just you, but you're relying on other people. You didn't make your shirt.
Yeah,
You
to
didn't
a
make the
point.
phone you're calling me on.
Well, sure, yeah, but it's like if you're getting screwed over at work, you can quit anytime you want. The only reason you put in a 2 weeks notice is if you want to get rehired. And if you don't want to work for said asshole again, then you can just deuce out literally whenever you want.
Oh yeah, it's about burning bridges and such, and being able to sleep at night, perhaps.
Mm-hmm.
It depends on the situation and the people involved.
Oh yeah. Like you don't do that if you're like, this just isn't the right fit for me, and I have some other options, but whatever. Then you do your 2 weeks notice. But if it's like, oh, this guy is definitely harassing me, and he's the boss's son, so he's never gonna get reprimanded, and then like. Yeah, and then the pay is awful, and you're like, well, screw this place. You can just deuce out.
But then what?
Oh, and then you just work somewhere else. Because, like, even in a small town like where I live, like, I can work at other restaurants where I know that my boss is going to be cool, and then my coworkers are going to be, for the most part, pretty cool. And so, like, I have options.
Have you found the perfect place to work?
No, I haven't. I used to have a really cool job, and then that went away because of a whole other thing.
Was it
yeah,
about?
way back in the day, I like this is. I don't even know if this company exists anymore, but I used to teach English to Asians over Skype. That was a fun job. Really weird hours, though.
Was it paid for by Microsoft?
No, even better. It was a Mormon outfit. It was. I'm blanking out on the name of the place, but
religious groups have a lot of money to spend on stuff.
Yeah, well, and the Mormons, like they have
They're
a really
religious,
good
right?
genealogy
Or are
thing
Mormons
where you
not
can,
religious? Or are they just like? Is that like a culture?
I think it's both. But if you want to learn more about it, you can watch that Broadway show by the South Park guys, and then you'll be pretty much filled in.
Oh yeah, there's religion involved. Okay.
Yeah, there is religion involved, and like one of their things is they think that English is God's language, and then so they set up a company where it's like, well, our whole mission statement is to teach as many people English as possible, and the Japanese and the Koreans and the Chinese, they all want to learn English, so they're like, hey, we should fill that need in there, and I'm like, okay.
That's just like book 1 of the Rosetta Stone.
Yeah, pretty much. But it is easier to learn a language from someone who actually knows it, like as their first language.
Also, somebody that's
And
dedicated to forcing you to learn it.
well, yeah, I guess so. That's where the Mormons came in. But yeah, I don't do that one anymore.
Oh, are you a Mormon?
No, I grew up Lutheran though. My dad is a Lutheran pastor.
Lex Lutheran?
And, yeah, Lex Lutheran. He nailed the 95 Theses up onto the door of a Pizza Hut. I think I might be getting some of that muddled a little bit, but I'm pretty sure I'm near the ballpark at least.
Watch out. There's some Ubermenches out there. Yeah, man. These narcissists, they're out there. They're trying to get you to under their thumb.
Oh, dude, you have no idea. In fact, like the last time that we talked a couple weeks ago, I was working somewhere and I totally quit that place because the boss was a total narcissist.
If you admit you're a narcissist, are you a narcissist?
That's kind of paradoxical, and I don't know the answer to that because I've never seen or witnessed any narcissist exactly admit that they're a narcissist, unless they were trying to play some sort of angle that's like trying to screw someone over. It's just kind of a narcissistic way to do it. Or they're going for pity or something like that.
Is that like a protectional thing? Like if you say you are something, is that like protecting you from being that thing? Like, I'm a narcissist. And you're like, that Nick, he's not a narcissist. He just says he is because it's funny. I'm a bank robber. I robbed that bank. I'm just...
Wait. Are you talking about narcissism or narcolepsy?
Can we really delete that?
No, it's okay. Your secrets are safe with me. There's no one else listening. It's just you and me here, Nick.
It didn't
you can
happen
talk to
in
me
November
freely if you want.
Of 2000.
That's okay. You don't need to give me any of those details. I probably already know and will forget thanks to vodka. It's my favorite ka.
Did you ever have vodka?
No,
the morning after.
I've heard tell of the legends though.
You drink enough the night before.
Yeah.
You wake up. Yeah. You have some oily food. Some coffee.
Oh sure, yeah. Hey, I don't have any corny jokes to tell you. I believe that.
Please don't call Nick the Rat Radio unless you have some corny jokes to tell. We will be back next week with more of the unraveling of reality caused by Russia, China, America. It's got to be like, maybe it's got to be a culture we've never even seen. Like, you know how we're like, oh, there's some superpowers on Earth. There's like, oh, American, Russian, China superpower. There's probably some superpowers that exist that maybe we don't know about. Maybe these superpowers know how to go through the fourth dimension and appear and disappear. And maybe they're sugar creatures. I wonder if John Cena eats Tic Tacs. Good night, everybody. We'll be back next week. Let's listen to Hydra 7 Forever. Good night, Cody Inopal. Good night, Servo. Good night. Staying on your sofa. Good night to Junta. I didn't even see all these good nights before. Good night, Laren. Good night, Ned. Good night, Stacy. Good night, Oscar. Nighty night, Oscar. Stillwater. Good night, sir. Ducky. Good night. Just put my hand over my heart. It makes it easier. I can just. Good night, JFK. Good night, Buddha. Good night, Marilyn Monroe. Good night, Malcolm X. Good night, Goku and Gordon Freeman. Good night, red shirts. Diane. I'll see you. If you want to stick around for a little bit, we're gonna probably raid DJ Slave Ones from the Twitch channel. Tic Tacs are Italian. Introduced in 1969. Ferrero. Don't they make those chocolate balls? Ooh. Ooh. Chocolate balls with THC. And ooh. There we go. Vitamin B. We gotta make some chocolate THC, vitamin B, nutty Italian balls. Lemon heads too. Tic Tacs, Nutella, Ferrero. Am I wrong? Did they not make the Ferrero Rochers? What the fucking called? Same place.
I'm going to buy a copy of Catcher in the Rye at the airport and read it.
All we are is dust in the wind, dude. Dust, wind, dude.
And in the morning to Nick the Rat.
Mr. Lugosi, I know you're very busy, but can I have your autograph?
Certainly.
You know which movie of yours I love, Mr. Lugosi? The Invisible Ray. You were great as Karloff's sidekick.
Karloff? Sidekick? Fuck you! Karloff does not deserve to smell my shit. That limey cocksucker can rot in hell for all I care.
What happened?
How dare that asshole bring up Karloff? You think it takes talent to play Frankenstein? It's all makeup and grunting.
Bella, I agree 100%. Now, Dracula, that's a role that requires talent.
Of course. Dracula requires presence. It's all in the eyes and the voice and the head.
That's right. That's right. You seem a little agitated. You want to go outside and get some air?
Bullshit. I'm ready now. Roll the camera.
Don't kill animals. Rats have rights. Survive on vegetables.